this, you're talking about these schools, Quranic schools, but in those schools, what was happening? You mentioned AK-47s. What
So
was going on?
that's coming back to your question. Like that's how it started essentially. Just like soft nudging that that if anything is against Islamic values, it's haram. You're supposed to eliminate that, and then slowly pushing people to be more extremist and aggressive and violent, and then translating that into training to fight against the Soviets. So that's essentially how it started. And as Tara mentioned earlier, yeah, they were young boys at one point, but I mean now they're all.
Guess everyone grows up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you growing up, so you mentioned now that there were more sightings of Taliban. You growing up, were you having these sightings?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it was at one point it was pretty normal at the peak of TTP, and between 2005 to 2008. Yeah, it was pretty normal. Uh, it's hard to draw a line exactly who Taliban are, because the army is so much involved with them that half of them literally wear army's uniform in the day and then they're Taliban at the night. So that's how we can tell that they're supporting them.
So there's this ambiguity between the army and the Taliban, and just kind of almost merged into one.
Yeah.
You can't make that distinction between.
Yeah, I mean, at one point it was like that. Right now, again, it's so hard to tell, because everything every operation of ISI, it's under the hat. The public never knows about it. No one knows if someone is part of the Taliban or ISI, and I mean they've always kept them under their control. And the way they keep them under their control is by essentially making them a part of them.
But what interest could the army have in having a terrorist organization in their country?
So the US just is about to release $100 million. That's how they get money. The war on terror, we need money. We're going through bad economic phase. We need money to fight terrorism. Just give us some money. That's how it works.
And what you said that the main victims or the main target of the Taliban are the Pashtuns.
Yes.
Why is that, and what are they doing?
So, as I mentioned earlier, the way that Pakistan is divided into 4 provinces, Punjab always tries to keep itself safe. I mean, there was even a statement from the Prime Minister of Punjab, from Prime Minister of Pakistan, which said that we need to keep Punjab safe. There was an announcement of a military operation just about a month ago against Taliban and terrorist forces. And that operation is also being run just in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. It's not being done in Punjab or other provinces. Just over the past 22 years, there were 17 military operations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which affected Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This would be the 18th military operation. And since the advent of Pakistan, we've had 26 military operations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This would be the 27th in total. So,
when you say military operation, what are you referring to?
Full-on scale military operation, where you send your forces in, you send intel, you gather intel, you send your forces in, you have battles on the front. Again, as I said, it's hard to draw a line exactly.
But is military operation against TTP?
Yeah, TTP and terrorist forces. So they also they basically justify their operation not only including TTP as an enemy, but they also include the separatist movements in Balochistan, for example, BLA, Balochistan Liberation Army, or other separatist movements.